Thank you for coming back to my channel for your stimulus check and stimulus package update. Please subscribe to my channel. Please leave your thumbs up and please leave your comments. Thank you so much for all the support that you give me on this channel, allowing me to do this. Thank you so much. Y'all, the Democrats are now backing down and giving Joe Manchin his way. They're giving in to Joe Manchin. I know this is only one step that they've backed up on, but where will it stop? It started with one step. Where will it stop? You know, the Democrats has been demanding that big corporation like Amazon that pays zero in tax, Walmart, they pay very little in taxes, Big Pharma, they pay very little in taxes, but yet charge you 10 times as much as other countries charge for the same. The Democrats has been wanting these big corporations to pay 28%, which is fair, seeing as how all these years they hadn't paid hardly nothing. Joe Manchin is only wanting them to pay 21%. Well, now the Democrats are saying, well, maybe we was asking too much. Really? You're going to back down? After saying it's not negotiable? You're going to back down? Now they're going to say they will be okay with big corporations paying 26.5%. They have come down 1.5%. Y'all, I know this don't sound like much, 1.5%, but when you're talking about the tens of billions of dollars these companies are making, it adds up to be a big chunk of change. So yeah, 1.5% is a big thing. And the Democrats is starting to back down to Joe Manchin. Now Joe Manchin is still saying 25% is the sweet spot. That's what he is going to, that's his top line figure. So how much will it be? How much more will the Democrats cave to Joe Manchin and his rich friend? We'll just have to wait and see. The ball has started rolling downhill now. When will it stop? The Democrats is calling this a victory because they've come down 1.5%. That don't really sound like a victory to me. If you're asking for this and then you start rolling downhill, you're going to say, okay, now that's not a victory. That's a loss. Anytime you start high, end up low, that's a loss. Y'all, they could have paid for the whole bill with 28%. That's what they've been promising. But now they're going to have to find another way to pay for some of this bill because they're giving in to Joe Manchin. This is not what they promised. So you've been lied to again. Joe Biden says that he's wanting to repeal Donald Trump's tax cut. The tax cuts that President Trump put in place to help the American people, Joe Biden is wanting to take them away. Joe Biden says that this did not help the American economy a bit. It don't help the American people a bit. But it has been shown that these tax cuts save the American family about $6,000 on their taxes every year. That's $500 a month more money in their pockets. Now, no, they're not giving you a check for $500. It's not like that. But you're paying $500 less in taxes. So that's the same thing as $500 more in your pocket that Joe Biden is taking away from you now. Great going, Joe. One more higher tax that they are trying to get passed. And y'all, I'm going to have to agree with this one. It does need to be higher. It needs to be higher than what they're asking even. They're wanting to raise the taxes on tobacco products. Y'all, you know, tobacco causes so many deaths and the bottom line is people that can't afford medical costs, who pays the bill? The American people do. So I think these people that uses these products should pay more so they can help pay the bill when they get sick. They're saying now that all grocery prices has not went up high. It's just the meat prices. Oh, really? When's the last time Joe Manchin went to buy groceries? When's the last time Nancy Pelosi went to buy groceries? When's the last time Joe Biden went to buy groceries? They hadn't seen the grocery prices that me and my wife has seen. They're saying only the meat prices has gone up. So if Americans quit eating meats, their groceries wouldn't be so high. That's true. If you don't eat meat, you could save money on your groceries. But who wants to do that? They certainly are not. They're having their big steak dinners every night. Yeah, you could get by feeding 2 people for about $1.50 a day on beans and rice. But who wants to eat beans and rice every day while they're living high on the hog on our tax money? They are so far out of touch with the real American people. Biden is now campaigning big time for California Governor Newsom. If you didn't know, Newsom is also Nancy Pelosi's nephew. Newsom and Biden. 2 peas in a pod. Newsom is destroying California. Biden is destroying America. So how can the American people move forward? Well, we can start by standing up against these idiots that makes these laws. We can start by saying we are pissed off and we're not taking anymore. Look at Antifa. Look at BLM. They wanted their voice heard. They got it heard. They made a change for themselves. We could do that too. I'm not saying what they done was right or wrong, but they got their voices heard. Why can't we do it? Y'all, when we stand up, we do stuff like spray paint houses. We spray painted Nancy Pelosi's house. We spray painted the Mooch Man's house. That's not standing up. That's vandalism. We need to stand up in a way that they can't help but hear us. We need to demand change. Then we can start moving forward. We need to stand up on our own 2 feet and demand change. And do it in such a way that they know if we don't get changes, there will be consequences. In everybody's life, no matter what choice you make, whether it's us or the lawmakers, you make a choice, you got to pay the consequences. Are they willing to pay the consequences for not helping the American people? Well, right now there's no consequences. Okay, will we get a 4th stimulus check? I still believe we will. But the one thing about it now, since Joe Biden wants to remove these tax cuts that President Biden put in place, if they give you a $2,000 stimulus check and they're taking away $500 a month, and we know that this next stimulus check will be the last one, that $2,000 check is not worth the paper it's written. It will be eat up with the taxes that you have to pay. So in one hand they give you something, the other hand they take it away in another way, hoping that you won't catch it, hoping that you won't realize what they've done. But in reality, if they take these tax cuts away that President Trump put in office, and then they give you a 4th stimulus check, they have not done nothing. They're still taken away.